My dear, sweet Ross, I can't tell you how much emotion has swept across me in the last few hours. These past few days have been such a roller coaster of feelings, all good. The touch of your sweet hands makes me crazy. If only I could erase these last few months of hell that I've been going through, then maybe I could trust you enough to bring you back into my life. We could have a new start. I really do want that as I write these words to you. It's what I want more than anything on this earth. How can I express to you how I feel? Please let the right words come to me. I want so much for you to understand, for you to know. There's a song I'm thinking of by Lyle Lovett. It's called Who Loves You Better? I used to listen to it over and over and over, thinking of you. Late nights in musty motel rooms, stale lives left by someone else. White lies I wish I could tell you. And questions I ask of myself, why do I do the things that make me, why do I do the things that make you cry? Will I lose your love to another who loves you better than I? The angels smile when you are praying, but the devil laughs when you lie. And some things, they go without saying. When tears fill up your eyes, why do I do the things that make me sorry? Why do I do the things? But in her web she still delights to weave the mirror's magic sights, for often throw the silent nights. A funeral with plumes and lights and music went to Camelot. Or when the moon was overhead, came two young lovers lately wed. I am half sick of shadows, said the Lady of Shalott. A bow shot from her bower eaves. He rode between the barley sheaves. The sun came dazzling thro' the leaves, and flamed upon the brazen greaves of bold Sir Lancelot. A red cross knight forever kneeled to a lady in his shield that sparkled in the yellow field beside remote Shalott. His broad, clear brow in sunlight glowed on burnished hooves. His war horse trode, from underneath his helmet flowed his coal-black curls, as he rode down to Camelot. From the bank and from the river he flashed into the crystal mirror. Tira Lira by the river sang Sir Lancelot. She left the web, she left the loom, she made 3 paces thro' the room. She saw the waterflower bloom, she saw the helmet and the plume, she looked down to Camelot. Out flew the web and floated wide, the mirror cracked from side to side. The curse has come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott. In the stormy east wind, straining the pale yellow woods were waning, the broad stream in his banks complaining heavily, the low sky raining. Over towered Camelot down, she came and found a boat beneath a willow, left afloat, and round about the prow she wrote the Lady of Shalott, and down the river's dim expanse, like some bold seer in a trance, seeing all his own mischance with a glassy countenance. And at the closing of the day, she loosed the chain and down she lay. The broad stream bore her far away. The Lady of Shalott heard a carol mournful, holy, chanted loudly, chanted lowly till her blood was frozen slowly, and her eyes were darkened, wholly turned to towered Camelot. For ere she reached upon the tide, the first house by the waterside, singing in her song she died, the Lady of Shalott. Under tower and balcony, by garden wall and gallery, a gleaming shape she floated by, dead pale between the houses high, silent into Camelot. Out upon the wharfs they came, knight and burgher, lord and dame, and round the prow they read her name, the Lady of Shalott. Who is this? And what is here? And in the lighted palace near died the sound of royal cheer, and they crossed themselves for fear, all the knights at Camelot. But Lancelot mused a little space. He said, she has a lovely face. God in his mercy lend her grace. The Lady of Shalott, that is so beautiful, so sad. Another song that comes to mind that brings up the same emotions I feel when I'm not with you is a song by Laurina McKennitt called The Old Ways. The thundering waves are calling me home to you. The pounding sea is calling me home to you. On a dark New Year's night on the coast of Clare, I heard your voice singing, your eyes danced the song, your hands played the tune 'twas before, a vision before me. We left the music behind and the dance carried on as we stole away to the seashore. We smelt the brine, felt the wind in our hair, and with sadness you paused. Suddenly I knew that you'd have to go. My world was not yours. Your eyes told me so. Yet it was there. I felt the crossroads of time, and I wondered why, as we cast our gaze on the tumbling sea, a vision came over me. Of thundering hooves and beating wings in clouds above. As you turned to go, I heard you call my name. You were like a bird in a cage, spreading its wings to fly. The old ways are lost, you sang, as you flew, and I wondered why. To be together again could be so wonderful. We're both grown and changed in such positive ways. There's so much more we could share. It's like I am home when I am with you. It is like the song Reunion by Collective Soul. It says, change will come, change is here, love fades out, then love appears. Now my waters turn to wine, and these thoughts I now claim as mine. I'm coming home. Change has been, change will be, time will tell, then time will ease. Now my curtain has been drawn, and my heart can go where my heart does belong. I am coming home. I also really like the song, The World I Know. Has our conscience shown? Has the sweet breeze blown? Has all the kindness gone? Hope still lingers on. I drink myself a newfound pity, sitting alone in New York City. And I don't know, why are we listening to hymns of offering? Have we eyes to see love is gathering? All the words that I've been reading have now started the act of bleeding into one. So I walk up on high and I step to the edge to see my world below, and I laugh at myself while the tears roll down, because it's the world I know. Oh, it's the world I know. Who have I left to please? Take what you've yet to seize. No more questioning, because love is what love should be. Unveil to me all that you want me to do. Why should I stop bearing allegiance to you? I don't believe in sorcerers or the preachers. I just believe in you. And I don't believe in the scholars or the wise men. I just believe in you. What have I left to prove? I speak all the words you choose. Confine me in walls of truth, 'cause love does what love should do. No more sentence. All of my pain has been shed. Why should this end when your mercy's all I need? See, I don't believe in the sorcerers or the preachers. I just believe in you, and I don't believe in the scholars or the wise men. I just believe in you. I really do believe in you and in us, and that my hand is starting to hurt and my mind is turning to mush. But I can't stop writing. I must continue on. I have to finish the job I've started. I must get all of my thoughts written down in this letter. If I could share what I am really thinking now, normally I am keeping a very positive attitude. I am inspired by the works of Deepak Chopra, who says the source of all creation is pure consciousness, pure potentiality seeking expression from the unmanifest to the manifest. And when we realize that our true self is one of pure potentiality, we align with the power that manifests everything in the universe. The universe operates through dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow. And in our willingness to give that which we seek, we keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our lives. Every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. What we sow, we reap. And when we choose actions that bring happiness and success to others, the fruit of our karma is happiness and success. Nature's intelligence functions with effortless ease, with carefreeness, harmony, and love. And when we harness the forces of harmony, joy, and love, we create success and good fortune with effortless ease. Inherent in every action, intention, and desire is the mechanics for its fulfillment. Intention in fertile ground of pure potentiality has a lot of potential. But let me say this way, inherent in every intention and desire is the mechanics for its fulfillment. Intention and desire in the field of pure potentiality have infinite organizing power. And when we introduce an intention in the fertile ground of pure potentiality, we put this infinite organizing power to work for us. In detachment lies the wisdom of uncertainty. In the wisdom of uncertainty lies the freedom from our past. from the known, which is the prison of past conditioning. And in our willingness to step into the unknown, the field of all possibilities, we surrender ourselves to the creative mind that orchestrates the dance of the universe. Everyone has a purpose in life, a unique gift or special talent to give to others. And when we blend this unique talent with service to others, we experience the ecstasy and exaltation of our own spirit, which is the ultimate goal of all goals. The 7 spiritual laws of success are powerful principles that enable you to attain self-mastery. If you put your attention on these laws and practice the steps outlined in Deepak's book, you will see that you can manifest anything you want, all the affluence, money, and success that you desire. You will also see that your life becomes more joyful and abundant in every way, for these laws are also spiritual laws of life that make living worthwhile. There's a natural sequence for the application of these laws in your daily life, starting with the first law of pure potentiality, which is that the source of all creation is pure consciousness, or pure potentiality seeking expression from the unmanifest to the manifest. The law of pure potentiality is experienced through silence, through meditation, through non-judgment, through communion with nature, but it is activated by the law of giving. The principle here is to learn to give that which you seek. That's how you activate the law of pure potentiality. If you seek money, give money. If you seek love, appreciation, and affection, then learn to give love, appreciation, and affection. Through your actions and the law of giving, you activate the law of karma. You create good karma, and good karma makes everything in life easy. You notice that you don't have to expend a lot of effort to fulfill your desires, which automatically leads to an understanding of the law of least effort, when everything is easy and effortless and your desires keep getting fulfilled. You spontaneously begin to understand the law of intention and desire. Fulfilling your desires with effortless ease makes it easy for you to practice the law of detachment. Finally, as you begin to understand all the above laws, you begin to focus on your true purpose in life, which leads to the law of dharma. Through the use of this law, by expressing your unique talents and by fulfilling the needs of your fellow humans, you begin to create whatever you want whenever you want it. You become carefree and joyful, and your life becomes an expression of unbounded love. His teachings and his philosophy have been a source of inspiration and guidance to me. It's helped me during this time we've been apart. I feel it's made me a stronger person, a more open person. I know I have more that I can bring to our relationship. Let me quote more from Deepak. He says, all of creation, everything that exists in the physical world is the result of the unmanifest, transforming itself into the manifest. Everything that we behold comes from the unknown. Our physical body, the physical universe, anything and everything that we can perceive through our senses is the transformation of the unmanifest, unknown, and invisible into the manifest, known, and visible. The physical universe is nothing other than the self curving back within itself to experience itself as spirit, mind, and physical matter. In other words, all processes of creation are processes through which the self or divinity expresses itself. Consciousness in motion expresses itself as the object of the universe in the eternal dance of life. The source of all creation is divinity, or the spirit. The process of creation is divinity in motion, or the mind, and the object of creation is the physical universe, which includes the physical body. These 3 components of reality, spirit, mind, and body, or observer, the process of observing and the observed, are essentially the same thing. They all come from the same place, the field of pure potentiality, which is purely unmanifest. The physical laws of the universe are actually this whole process of divinity in motion, or consciousness in motion. When we understand these laws and apply them in our lives, anything we want can be created, because the same laws that nature uses to create a forest or a galaxy or a star or a human body can also bring about fulfillment of our deepest desires. Success in life could be defined as the continued expansion of happiness and the progressive realization of worthy goal. Success is the ability to fulfill your desires with effortless ease, and yet success, including the creation of wealth, has always been considered to be a process that requires hard work, and it often is considered to be at the expense of others. We need a more spiritual approach to success and to affluence, which is the abundant flow of all good things to you. With the knowledge and practice of spiritual law, we put ourselves in harmony with nature and create with carefreeness, joy, and love. There are many aspects to success. Material wealth is only one component. Moreover, success is a journey, not a destination. Material abundance in all its expressions happens to be one of those things that makes the journey more enjoyable. But success also includes good health, energy, and enthusiasm for life, fulfilling relationships, creative freedom, emotional and psychological stability, and a sense of well-being and peace of mind. Even with the experience of all these things, we will remain unfulfilled unless we nurture the seeds of divinity inside of us. In reality, we are divinity in disguise. True success is therefore the experience of the miraculous. It is the unfolding of the divinity within us. It is the perception of divinity. Whenever we go in, whatever we perceive in the eyes of a child, in the beauty of a flower, in the flight of a bird. When we begin to experience our life as the miraculous expression of divinity, not occasionally, but all of the time, then we will know the true meaning of success. I feel like a success when I am with you. Do you feel the same? Are my words reaching you? Do you hear them? Please let all of this make sense to you. I hope you hear me. I'll send you angels to watch over you tonight, and you send them right back to me. A lonely road is a bodyguard. If we really want it to be, there's fascination behind every window. But I know you really care for me, and soon we'll be sleeping in Paris, and soon we can set those angels free. No one sees behind the mask. No one sees I'm sinking fast. But soon we'll be sleeping in Paris and we can set those angels free. Love is just a lunar slave. It's tied to the ebb and flow. Generations get glued to the waves, so just to see which way they'll go. There's desperation on wild street corners, but I think you're just waiting for me, and soon we'll be sleeping in Paris, and soon we can see those wild ones' face. All those nights, no one sees behind the door, but every day it's one step forward, and soon we'll be sleeping in Paris, and soon we can see those wild ones' face. All those nights I laid with my eyes closed, but not sleeping at all. Those nights I thought I knew which way the wind blows, but now it's blowing me back to you. And the wind speaks French too. No one sees and no one knows, but every day I'm letting go, and soon we'll be sleeping in Paris. Soon we'll be sleeping in Paris, and we can see those angels' face. What a beautiful song. That was Sleeping in Paris by Rosanne Cash. You and I in Paris. How wonderful that would be. And another that she sings is called The Wheel. In it she says, how long was I asleep? When did we plan to meet? Have you been waiting long for me? When did the sky turn black? Do you still want me back? I'll pick it all up piece by piece. And the wheel goes round and round, and the flame in our souls, it will never burn out. And the wheel goes round. I am a river with a voice. I came into your life by choice, and none can judge the way that feels. You are a messenger from Champagne. Let there be birds to sing, and trees someone to bless me when I sneeze. Let there be cuckoos, a lark, and a dove. But first of all, let there be love. Let there be birds to sing in the trees. I need someone to bless me whenever I sneeze. Let there be cuckoos, a lark, and a dove. But first of all, please, let there be love. Oh, let there be love. Oh, we've got to have some love, some love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of, because all you need is love. La la, la 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 la. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. So we really gotta have some love. Please, let there be love. Thinkers think about love till it comes out to their ears. Drinkers drink about love and they cry in their beer. Now you can think about it, drink about it, but if you're on the brink about it, don't fall till you know all about love. Singers croon about love sung with sadness. or with pain. A tycoon about loves spends a fortune in vain, sing a dirge about it, splurge about it. But if you're on the verge about it, don't fall love till, all about love. Don't fall in love. You must know one, love. Here in the dark, in these final hours, I will lay down my heart and I'll feel the power. But you won't, no, you won't. Because I can't make you love me if you don't. But I do hope I can make you love me again, just like you did before. Better than before. We both had a chance to grow up a little to know what we really want. What I want is us together better than before. I hope we can make this work, learn from our past, not make the same mistakes as before. Get it right this time. We are so good together. You and I can't help being a little scared. Can we go back to being lovers after we've hardly been really good friends? These last few months, this makes me think of the song from Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as time, true as it can be, barely even friends, and then somebody bends unexpectedly, just a little change. Small, to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared. Beauty and the Beast. Ever just the same, ever a surprise, ever as before. Ever just the same as the sun will rise. Tale as old as time, tune as old as song, bittersweet and strange. Finding you can change. Learning you were wrong. Certain as the sun rising in the east. Tale as old as time, Beauty and the Beast. Ever just the same, ever as before, ever a surprise, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. Tale as old as time, tune as old as song. Bittersweet and strange, finding you were wrong and learning you can change. Certain as the sun rising in the east. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. Beauty and the Beast. Another song on Celine's first CD expressing how I feel about our love is called Love Can Move Mountains. There ain't a dream that don't have a chance to come true now. It just takes a little faith, baby. Anything that we want to do, we can do now. There ain't nothing in our way, baby. Nothing our love couldn't rise above. We can get through the night. We can get to the light. As long as we got our love to light, the way, with a little faith, just a little trust. If you believe in love, love can move mountains. Believe in your heart and feel it in your soul. And love can move mountains. Oceans deep and mountains high, they can't stop us because love is on our side, baby. We can reach heaven and we can touch the sky. Just believe it, believe in you and I, baby. If we get love strong enough, we can do anything, make it through anything. Because through it all, love will always find a way. With a little faith, you believe in me, I'll believe in you. If we believe in each other, there is nothing we can't do. If we have love that is strong enough, love will find a way with a little faith. Then we'll be halfway to heaven. Another song from Celine that says, come and go with me whenever I want you to be walking with your hand in mine. Feels so fine. When I'm close to you, I know what it means to want to be true. Never felt this way before. Is there more? Are you feeling the same as me, honestly? Don't you think it's unreal? I'm not dealing in fairy tales. If this fails, I don't know what on earth I'll do because I'm halfway to heaven. Let's go all the way. I don't want to give it up because I'm already falling in love. When we reach that place, I'm dying to see your face and your smile. I'm sure you'll want to stay. That's okay. I have so many dreams to share. Please be there. Let me share them with you. If you're looking, it seems like every time I try to make it right, it all comes down on me. It all comes out wrong. Please say, honestly, you won't give up on me. And I shall believe. And I shall believe. Open the door and show me your face tonight. I know it's true. No one heals me like you. And you hold the key. Never again would I turn away from you. I am so heavy tonight, but your love is all right. And I do believe that everything is going to be the way you think it ought to be or not to be. That is the question. Oh, wait a minute. It's not the question, but it could be, are we to be or not? It seems like every time I try to make it right, it all comes down on me. Please say honestly, you won't give up on me. And I shall believe. I shall believe. I shall believe. Please don't give up on us. Let's give this another chance. I know we can make it work this time. I want so much for everything to be right between us again. I need you in my life. You are my life, my whole heart. I love you. Rachel.